Buzz. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'll be doing a brown bread, a whole wheat bread. So I'll just showing you how I put my ingredients together to bake my whole wheat bread. So I hope you learn something from this, and if you have not yet tried baking bread, you can take a few tips from here and go ahead and start making bread. So if you are new here, check out this video, check out my channel. If it's something that you like, please go ahead and subscribe. Help a sister out. Help me to grow my channel. Press the like button even if you don't want to subscribe. Who doesn't like food? Who doesn't like baking? Who doesn't like bread? Give this video a thumbs up. And so without further ado, let's get into the video. So first off, you get some yeast. So I have my yeast here, and I'm using 1 tablespoon of yeast. I normally keep my yeast in the refrigerator. It normally can keep a long time in the refrigerator. So here I put 1 tablespoon of yeast, and I'm adding 1 3/4 cups of warm water. You don't want boiling water, you don't want cold water, you want warm water. So here I'm adding most of it and just leaving back just a little bit. And then I will be adding my honey. You need the honey or sugar for the yeast to multiply and to grow, and to get that dough to rise. So we're adding 2 tablespoons of honey here. So when you combine these 3 things together, this helps the yeast to multiply and to grow. And of course, you will need to leave this mixture for at least 10-12 minutes for the yeast to multiply and for it to get bubbly and frothy. So I'm just stirring it, I'm just mixing it a little bit to get my yeast to my honey, and I waited for about 10 to 15 minutes until the mixture is proof. And it is proof when it looks like this. It has that white bubble, that white foam on top. You know that it's ready for the other ingredients to be added to it. So this thing comes about when the yeast react with the sugar, and it gives it this white foam on top. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna start adding the rest of ingredients. So I have my whole wheat flour here. So I'm gonna add 4 cups of whole wheat flour to the mixture. So I'm just gonna add it 1 cup at a time, and I'm just gonna mix it. Okay, I'm looking for my spoon. 1 minute. So I'm gonna mix it with this spoon until it becomes like very tight, and I can no longer mix it with a spoon, and then I'm just gonna put it on the counter and roll it and knead it. So I'm starting some, but before I add my flour, I definitely need to add some oil, and I'm gonna add just some salt as well. So here I have some coconut oil. So I'm just gonna add about 3 tablespoons of coconut oil. Three tablespoons of coconut oil. You can use vegetable oil, but I like coconut oil. So I had 3 tablespoons of coconut oil. And I'm gonna add 2 teaspoons of salt. So I have my salt here, so I'm gonna add 2 teaspoons of salt. I'm using Himalayas. I'm using pink salt. You can use whatever salt you like or you have. So I'm just adding my salt to the mixture and then just mix it around a little bit. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead now and start to add my flour. Oh, Lord of mercy. Child, I don't know where this thing come from. This flour come from. So I'm adding, so I start with 1 cup of flour. It's 1 cup, 2 cups. Okay, so this is 2 cups of flour. And I'm just gonna start to mix it. Just gonna start to mix it around. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna add another cup. Okay, so I'm done with this. I'm just going to add some more. I'm gonna add some more olive flour to make it up to 1 cup. So I'm gonna mix again. Then I'm gonna add 4 cup of whole wheat flour. This is 4 cups of whole wheat flour. So now I'm gonna have to use my hand now to get everything mixed and incorporated. I might need to add a little bit more water to it, but let's see first. So I'm just mixing the dough till everything is incorporated. Okay, let's see. So at this point in time, I'm just gonna just roll it out on the counter and continue to knead it until it becomes soft and spongy. Bear in mind that this is not white flour. This is whole wheat flour. So it's a bit heavier and it's a bit denser than white flour. So I'm just kneading it. So I'm just pulling it and pushing it out, pulling it in, push it out. Continue to knead it like this. So this is what I'm doing. It's a bit sticky, so I'm just gonna use just a little of my all-purpose flour. This is white flour. I'm just gonna use a little all-purpose flour to just dust it. Let's get these things out the way. just soften up a little of my honey. Alright, so back to kneading. So you can knead this for about like 10 minutes. Alright, so I'm gonna cut. When you see me in the next clip, I would have finished knead, and I'm gonna be putting them in the bread pan to rise for 3 hours. So see you in a bit. Back, I have my 2 loaf pans here that is oiled, as you can see. So I'm just dividing the dough in half. Okay, so I'm just cutting the dough in half like so, and I'm just making a shape like so, and I'm just putting it in the pan like that one there. It's a little small, but hey, it's okay. So I'm putting this in this one. So I'm gonna cover it and put it in a warm place and let it rise for 3 hours. So I'm gonna do that, and then I will be back with the final product. This is my whole wheat bread. So they almost 3 hours. For 3 hours now, so I think it's time to put it in the oven. I'm gonna put it at 350 for 35-40 minutes, all depending, the oven, because sometimes the oven can, so it all depends on your oven. You just have to test it to see if it's done. So that's how it is look after allowing it to rise for 3 hours. So I'm gonna put it in the oven now, and I will show you the final product in the next clip. So stay tuned, don't go anywhere. So here's my whole wheat bread. I'm bearing in mind that I chose to do smaller loaves because I divided the loaf in 2. Now I could have just do 1 loaf and it would have filled up to the top of the pan.